Welcome to Home Buyers School, brought to you by Brookfield Residential.
So before we begin, if this is your first time on this channel and you want to get the latest strategies, tactics, and tips on home buying, click the subscribe button below, hit the little bell so you don't miss anything. Hi everyone, welcome to another edition of Home Buyers School. Today I'm joined by Bridgette Beaulieu, an area manager with Brookfield Residential. And the topic we're going to discuss today is, what are some tips for first-time home buyers? So Bridgette, what are your tips for first-time home buyers?
Know your budget, know your lifestyle, know what home is going to fit that. Resaleability is extremely important. It's your first home. You're not going to live in this forever, maybe 3-5 years.
Yep.
Know the builder and know the land developer, because the amenities that they provide are going to directly impact the value of your home. They're also going to affect how much you enjoy your life as you live in the home.
Great. Well, let's take it from the top then. How about budget? What are some tips from a budget perspective?
Talk to your lender. That's absolutely the first step. You need to know what you have to work with. So I would say find a trusted professional, a broker, a bank, whichever one you choose, and just sit and really speak with them and just understand where you are financially and what you have to work with.
Okay. So and that could be like any bank or any mortgage broker, right?
Well, a trusted professional. We do have, just with the way the mortgage rules have changed, it is good to seek advice from reputable sources, of course.
Yep.
So yeah.
Well, how about the second one? When we talk about lifestyle, what are your tips on lifestyle or knowing your lifestyle when you're buying a home?
Well, everyone knows their lifestyle. You live your lifestyle. So just understand the area and understand how your lifestyle is going to fit there. So if you love to jog, perhaps don't look in a highly urbanized area without any trails, without any amenities like that. Just know yourself, and that where you go to live is going to meet your needs.
Another example would be, if you have a dog, and you probably want to find a place that's close to a dog park, right?
Yeah, you can just walk there versus putting them in your car, driving there, coming back full of mud.
Yeah,
and
that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
So we talked about budget, we talked about lifestyle. Now we want to talk about resaleability, right? So what are the tips for first-time homebuyers you have for reselling your house?
Purchase a home that will appeal to the largest demographic when it comes time to sell.
Yeah.
An example of this is if you're kind of on the fence, you're not sure, do I want 2 beds, do I want 3 beds, you're not exactly sure. Perhaps going with the 3-bed would be a good choice, because when you go to resale, this will appeal to more groups.
And what are your thoughts about renovation? So for example, if I wanted to renovate a 3-bedroom and turn it into 2-bedroom, expand 1 bedroom into a bigger bedroom, or change the way the kitchen looks. What are your thoughts about renovations?
I don't believe it's a good idea to renovate a brand new home.
Okay.
You're buying new, so that large type of renovation shouldn't be a necessity if you've purchased the home that's right for you.
Yeah.
The other thing to consider with that is that renovations can void certain parts of warranties, and you want to maintain that warranty, because it will transfer with the home.
That's right.
When you do go to sell your house, you want to have as much of that transfer with the home as you can. It's a benefit to your new home buyer.
And if you've done all these renovations, you've kind of voided the warranty, and it's something that you can't really offer to someone who wants to buy it.
Exactly.
Okay. Great. I think the last one that you mentioned was being able to research the developer and the home builder. So let's take a look at the developer first. Why is that an important thing to know who the developer of your property is?
Because that will determine the community that you live in. It will determine amenities, park spaces, how well they're built, how well they are maintained. And all of those things affect the value of your home.
Okay.
If a developer is very functional, they just want to get as many homes as they can on a street, versus someone that cares about green spaces, cares about amenities, cares about that the social spaces that are outside of your home. All of those things come into play.
Okay. And why would you want to research the builder?
You want to ensure you have a well-built home. You want to ensure that after you buy your home, if anything does come up, they're there, that they will take care of you.
Okay.
The other thing too is when you approach a show home, look at the roof lines before you even go through the door. The pitches, architectural aspects, that does show they understand the value of your home. They understand what retains value. And if they put this much effort into these aspects on the outside of your home, that also speaks to what they'll do inside your home. It also speaks to the care that they take in their work and how they approach what they do.
So it's more of like the really fine details, especially looking at the fine details of what's included in your house.
Exactly.
Right?
Awesome.
Awesome.
They understand what they do.
So when you talk about roof lines, how do you know, I guess, if it's good or not?
Well, it appeals to the eye, and then there are different slopes and pitches that are not difficult to build. And then they can come at a much tighter incline. This takes a lot more effort. It takes a lot more work. It looks a lot nicer, and then you can also fit multiple pitches. Different architectural aspects. I know I've gone down the street sometimes, and I've been able to count. Every fourth house has the same roof. Every third house has this door. But then if you're going down a street where it's all blended, it's all different, and everything looks a bit more unique. That's what I mean.
So when you're walking down the street and you see kind of a cookie cutter approach versus what you were talking about, steeper I guess pitches, that tells you that the builder is really into the details, right? Is to understand, really focus on the details of the home, right?
Yes, and that they understand value. That's really important. They don't just want to build this home, get it out, and go on to the next.
Well, thank you very much, everyone, for joining us, and we'll catch you next time.
That's another edition of Homebuyer School. Tune in next time for more expert tips and tricks. And visit homebuyerschool.ca to bring you one step closer to finding your dream home. As with everything, it would be great if you like and share our videos. Also, please let us know if you have any home buying questions you want us to answer.